All right, YouTube, back again for another market analysis for the London session. We're going to go ahead and take a look at some levels on S&P 500 gold and also oil for you guys. Did have quite a bit of movement on all of those. Quite a bit of a drop yesterday on oil and also on S&P. You can see we're gradually climbing right now, making a micro trend to the upside. So we have some upside levels where we're going to target here on the S&P 500. Looks that we're back above the 2819 right now. Probably going to be targeting that 35, 36 area. And then above that, it's going to be about the 50, 64, and then 74. And then break back up above, probably to target that gap area from where we fell. All right, so if we look a little bit further back from where we opened, you guys could see we had a slight gap here. You guys see we kind of just completely gapped down here on this chart. But prior to all of this, I believe, which is Sunday my time, we gapped down from what is that level? Let's just put a horizontal line right underneath 29.58.25, and we gapped all the way down to 29.14, and then we continued to fall. So we did catch this move quite a bit of times to the downside, some slight upward pulls, but we weren't trying to target the upside, especially because we were in such a strong downward momentum. And that was the bears taking over at that point. So wanted to target that. So we definitely had some opportunities to take shorts, and they worked out pretty well. Now you can see we are gradually climbing back up into these levels. So again, we did have another, well, on my chart, we do have another gap, and we just completely gapped down. We went as low as, let's take a look, 27, what is that, very bottom, 16.25. All right, so that's a pretty decent drop from where you were, right around like the 34, 35s, or actually the 19s from there, just kind of dropping off there. So we did try to pull back up, and then we started to collapse again, breaking structure, and then we moved back down again. So in the oh shoot, let's leave that alone. In the London session, what we are looking at right now is a micro move to the upside. We do have some slight resistance coming in at about 35. You can see from where we gapped that 29.19 down, and we continue to climb back up, and we're going to try to target these 35, 36s, which were at that level. More than likely, what we want to see if we're trying to target anything is not to try to catch the move as it's already gone, but allow it to pull back. We have structured levels that we're looking at, right? So we have an uptrend going on right now, this slight micro uptrend moving up. So we are still in a strong bearish trend though. Just want to keep that in mind, but we're gradually climbing to the upside. So if we do anything, we're going to want to see this structure hold. And the ideal area that we're going to want to see it hold is probably more than likely going to be either one of two levels, right? You can probably target either this here. All right, this is going to be between the, I'd say, what is that, 13? 13 maybe? Let me see. Horizontal line alongside this here. So, 10 to about 15 is going to be your first area that you're going to want to see this hold if it pulls back. And then below that, for the structure to really hold, is 27.97.25. If we break below this level, then we're going to see some downside movement from there. All right, so ideally, if you want to catch a trade that's going to be a better one, you're going to want to see this thing come back. All right, come back to that level. If we take a look at a forward tick, we'll probably see some closer levels, but you don't want to see this thing pull back. You don't want to try to catch it as it's already gone. You just kind of want to wait it out. You can see we're trying to gradually pull into our levels, and these levels are peaks of prior support or resistance. So 50, 50, 64, 25, 74, and then from that 74 break to the upside of 29, 14, 75. So we're going to try to see if we can target something, but we do want to see a pullback. We don't want to try to just get that. Let's take a look at a forward tick, give us a little bit of a closer view on what we're looking at. We had some slight resistance, but we kind of just broke through that level, found some slight rotations here at 35. All right, you can see the same levels that we showed on that 10 tick are the same levels that we're showing right now. So quite a bit, because we had quite a bit of movement to the downside, right? So to kind of clear this up for you guys, and just kind of show you based off of structure here, since we've already broke our resistances, we want to see something along the lines of, let's just erase this, right? So you guys see that structured movement right here. You're going to want to see first break through these, I would say low side 10s, so 10 to 11. All right, if you're trying to go risky, you're looking at 15 to 1575, but I wouldn't really try to do that. Where that support kind of comes in, where it was a little bit of a resistance here, that's going to be your initial opportunity to try to catch a momentum fade back down into the impulse. Now, if we break these 27.9775s, then we're probably going to be looking out for an opportunity of a slight pullback. So it's going to look something along the lines of come back to the level, right? If we hold support, this is going to be a good opportunity to the upside move, right? If we once we pull back, if we break through this level, again, you probably can catch maybe a rotation off for a momentum fade. All right, but the real drop is going to be once you break through the level, get that break through the structured level, come back to that what was once support, use that as resistance on the pullback. You're going to probably head fake a lot of people and then look for a downside move from there. All right, that's probably what we're going to be looking for as a higher probability trade. But this thing is moving up. So as it gradually climbs, we'll probably look out for some other levels. But as of right now, that's kind of what we're targeting on S&P. It can climb all the way back up through our levels, which is going to be important because I do believe oil is going to be starting to try to climb too. But we'll take a look at where we're targeting on oil as well. But our next level of resistance, again, is going to be right around the 50 to 52 as we gradually climb up here on S&P. All right, and then from there, 64.25 and 74.75 as we pull to the upside. But you want to take a look at everything else that you're looking at on here and just note, if you're trying to catch this back down, don't do it. Don't do it yet because you need structure to break and you are just continually making higher lows, right? And pushing higher highs and higher lows, higher highs, higher lows. Micro trend is still to the upside. You're trying to take this back down. You're fading it a lot. Momentum is strong right now to the upside. Even if you are in a strong bearish move, it doesn't mean that the market doesn't have strength to come back up. All right, so we want to keep that in mind. Let's take a look at oil. All right, we're going to do oil first before we do gold, so that way you guys are up to date on everything. Now, taking a look at oil, we're going to target this level first of 34.95 to give you guys a reason behind why we're doing that. Let's scroll this just a little bit back. I'll show you guys here on this 10 tick. All right, so I wonder if I can scrunch this just a little bit. Yeah, so you guys can see from that point where we got this point right here, 32.80, we're above that already. We're above that level of 32, right? 32.80, we're above that. So our next resistance level comes in right around 34.95, right? That's our next resistance level. If you look to the right, that was once where we stalled out and then we came back down, broke that structured level, and then we started to move down from there, right? So as we start to prop it back up on this oil movement, we're going to target that 34.95. Important to know, because once we hit these 34.95s and we hold support, we're going to more than likely see a push back into 41.13. All right, so we want to pay attention to this because, as you can see, micro movement continually making these higher lows and higher highs, right? So important to know, if you're trying to go the opposite way and short that just because you're in a strong bearish trend, wouldn't make sense to do it right now. All right, real opportunity of a short is going to be once you break through the trend. Now you can do one or two levels. If you do this level right here, to try to break through those 32.80s after it breaks through the support, right, and you try to short that, that's still technically a momentum fade. Right, you really want to see a short opportunity. Here's your short opportunity. It's going to come after you break that level there, right? These 32 evens, pull back into that, then get the rotations you want to see, and then short that back down to break the support, or to attempt the support first and then break lower from there. All right, that's what we're going to want to see, and we'll take a look at a 4-tick chart too to get a better idea of what that looks like on a closer end or closer scale of things. So you guys see, if we adjust this a little bit to meet the standards, move this drawing, actually, let's see, adjust this just a little bit right there to our pullback levels, you guys can see what we're looking to target right now. Now we're above again that 3280. So if I move this here just a little bit, I'm going to move the drawing down just a little bit to find that structured level right there. That's what we're going to be looking at, right? So first opportunity to break is going to be 32 closer. Yeah, it's going to be about 3257, right? If this level holds with support, we're going to go back up, right? But if we break through it, watch this level to pull back. Where you're going to pull back, you're going to pull back right into this level right here. I'll target the actual area for you. Right, yeah, we're going to probably look for this right here, that pullback right into 3290, 3280 area. Pull back into that level there, and then you're going to look for some resistance there for a momentum push or a momentum fade back into the actual support, right? The actual structured support. Move this drawing up just a little bit, 3207. 3207 is going to be an important level, all right? Because what we're going to do is we're going to target that level to try to break through, right? Once we break that level, it's going to be important to be patient enough to wait for the pullback. If I identify this next pullback area, it's going to be somewhere right around here. 3244 is going to be ideal area you want to see that pullback into. All right, once you see that collapse through that level and then a pullback into 44, watch for the rotations here. All right, you're going to watch for the rotations. You're going to look to then start to sell that thing down into your support down below, right? Between the 30.15 to 30 even, try to break through this level and then collapse even lower, right? That's going to be our idea on oil as of right now, but it's not the time to short this because right now we're above a strong level that was resistance and we're climbing still climbing to the upside. So if you're going to target anything, 34 to 34.95 is the upside target on oil as of right now. And if we're going to be going up on oil and also on S&P, then more than likely we're going to be gradually pulling to the downside on gold as well. All right, so let's take a look at what we're looking at right now. All right, so on this 10 tick, you guys can see we have a lot of choppiness. I don't know what this is, but there's a lot of choppiness moving up. And we have a gradual slight, this is not even an upward move, but this is a slight micro movement to the upside, right? So more than likely we're probably going to be targeting somewhere around those 62s to as high as maybe even the 64.5, right? But I would say if we fail this area and we break this structure, we'll probably look for an initial break somewhere right around the 55, 54.8, somewhere right around there, and then you're going to target the downside of 51, then 44. All right, let's look at a 4 tick too, so we get a better view of this. All right, so let's see, 4 tick on here. You can see this is a bunch of craziness right now, but take a look at where we're at. We're looking at this micro movement as of right now, and let me draw this a little bit more clearly for you guys. You can see we're coming back down just a little bit on gold right now. So really where we want to see this market break through is going to be right here. Right, this is going to be our initial break of structure right there, 54.5. When we can break through that level, it's going to give you an opportunity to start to short through this level. Right, you want to see it break through that level, come back up, then start to short the downsides of 51, and then below that 46.6. Right, as of right now, if we hold this level though, it can pull back into 54.5 and still find some structured support, right? And if it does, then we still attempt the upside of 58. Until we see this level broken though, we really don't want to start to look to short just yet. If you are, you're taking a short and it's going to be really quick, right? You're going to want to see these 55, 56 break down to 54.5, right? That's going to be your initial opportunity to take through. But this is our structured level right here on this micro movement to the upside, and you're really going to want to see that level breakthrough, right? And once you can see that level breakthrough, then you're going to have a better opportunity, because if it doesn't break through these 54.5s, you're going to hold that structure to the upside, right? So first initial fade, 55, 56 even, back down to 54.5, right? Then your sell the rip's going to break through that 54.5, pull back, look to sell the rip lower into 51, 46.6 and 44. Down below that, again, there's probably 42 and 40 as well. But that's going to be the levels that we're looking to target on gold, oil, and S&P 500 for the time being. If gold does move down and break these levels, we're going to see some more upside on oil and S&P 500. But other than that, guys, that is going to wrap it up for the market analysis. Thank you, everybody that has been watching this and for your questions. If you guys did like this and you do like the videos, go ahead and click that like button. If you haven't subscribed yet, please go ahead and subscribe. If you have any questions, feel free to contact us at TRADEPRO Academy. Or you can actually put your questions here on YouTube, and then I'll get back to you and answer them. But you guys have a great night. And if you guys are trading with us in the London session, we will see you guys in there tonight. Take care.